Hello guys, this is now, I guess, the 5th Brood War cast I've ever done. I'm enjoying this series personally, because I find it greatly amusing to myself. Me and my noobiness, I enjoy it greatly. Let's take a look at the players that we have. I'm going to do this one more time, I should get them to change. Alright, well I guess that'll work. So we have, the top right, we have the Protoss player Backho, who's teal/yellow, but that's close enough considering what's going on. We have him going up against Hiya, who is the red Terran in top left. The map I forgot to check. I'm gonna go ahead and guess it's Fighting Spirit though, because that's kind of the way it is. I'm gonna actually try and type it in and then check to see if that's the actual map. Reveal the entire map. This is Fighting Spirit. Alright. And basically what I'm doing right now, guys, is wasting a little bit of time because I know that my knowledge itself is kind of lacking, to say the least. With a little bit, not really able to play because of shoulder surgeries when I was getting into the competitive scene of Brood War. So I'm probably like a D+, and that was about it. And now I've been playing StarCraft 2 for a very long time now, but let's go ahead and cast and have some fun. Two very strong players, pro gamers, at the top of their peaks. I really don't know. I'm kind of just wasting time at the moment. So now with my 5th game casting, I'm kind of at a loss for what to say in the beginning. But let's just say it's PvT. Taking a look at the matchup, we did see, who was it that went for... Someone for the 13 Nexus didn't go so well, and then Fantasy was able to crush it. I think that was Jaehoon. Jaehoon did that against Fantasy and got crushed. We then saw Bisu go for a 1-gate expand, where he got the Gateway, then went to Nexus, and then went to Cybernetics Core, and it worked out pretty well for him. He was able to beat Bogus pretty handily on that, on Circuit Breakers in similar positions to here on Fighting Spirit. Which was pretty cool to see. We saw great macro to Bisu getting 200 max army while Bo's at 130, which is ridiculous. But there we have the racks being thrown down at the natural expansion by Hiya, so here we have some clear indications of a fast expand intent coming out of Hiya, which would be great if he can go ahead and get out the tanks that he needs and just handle everything accordingly depending on what he scouts, because that's kind of the key thing. But for some reason we see that Backho is scouting cross-map first, which leads me to believe that he wants to go for some kind of faster expansion based on whether or not it's cross-map spawns, because they'll be able to defend it better, and that's a pretty good line of reasoning I would think for why he'd go cross first. But will he go right or left? He should be seeing this SEV, but will he go top? Yes, he's going top. Okay, very good. He's going to go top. Now, Cybernetics Core is up, so I can definitely use that to get a text. I hit the wrong button. Pile on the back. So what could we be going for? We could be seeing a Reaver opener, go for Reaver drops, High Templar drops, DT drops. Those are some very good options for dropping if he wants to do economic damage and then lead to other things. More likely he'll go for some kind of goon range pressure against the front, especially after he sees this wall, as there's a lot of places he can hit. He knows the tech is going to be behind, not because of lack of gas, but because he sees this entire investment in the front of a very fast command center. So goons with range could really just roll down the health and supply depot, pull off SEVs, possibly allow him to take down some of those tanks that are trying to move in, and if he can keep that tank count low, that'll be huge for the position that he'll be in when he's when he can easily push in and try and do some damage. But he's doing a great job of scouting the front, keeping an eye on the Marines. For one, he knows that only tumors are out. Now with the Zealot, he'll be able to put on a little bit of pressure. But with the Sim City here, honestly, we should be seeing that Hiya's going to be fine. We see one shot off on that one Marine, but this Zealot, it can't really do much. He'll push in, but these two Marines will limit attack, and it's a nice micro dance that we can see that Hiya is controlling quite well. Alright, so second gateway. So it looks like we are going to be seeing 2-gate with goon range. Probably going to expand and put on some pressure before that. The bunker is going to be in a great spot to hit. And tanks, if they're going to try and defend this, they're going to have to move down here if they're going to want to be able to hit the goons that are most likely going to be over here attacking the bunker, which means they're going to be very, very vulnerable. Only with siege mode can they be back here in order to defend. But this Zealot is taking a lot of health damage now. It's almost purely yellow. His left arm is actually untouched by lead, which is unfortunate, though maybe the technology is good enough for the UED or Mengsk or whoever the Terran forces belong to the point where they don't really use lead. I don't really know. It's futuristic. I'm wasting time. It's pretty much simple like that. But the goons are on their way out. We can see that the range is close to being done. We have the first goon moving across the map. He's going to go ahead and check up here and move down, which is a great thing to do. Make sure there's nothing sneaky going to try and go around there. Vultures or hidden tech, I guess, or something along those lines. But what's going to allow really stopping is scouting. That's what he's really stopping. He's trying to prevent the SCVs from moving up the top to get the information that they really want. And he can go ahead and continue to prevent really Hiya from being able to find out much of anything. Now we can see that these goons with their range are doing a great job of forcing this bunker to go down. Let's see where the factory tech is. There it is. Machine shop is being added on. We have a supply depot and an eBay being thrown down as well, but the damage that's being done is very solid. When one more goon comes in forward, we can actually see 3 goons being put forward, trying to snipe off the SCV, get 2 shots off, take a little bit of damage from the Marines, and then pulling back accordingly, and they'll be very happy. But as of right now, with this barracks moving back, we could easily see the tank occupying this little niche and then pushing in and trying to do some damage. But right now, this bunker is taking a lot of damage from all of these goons, forcing 4 SCVs off the line. Is very nice, and that bunker is going to be very worse for wear, but there's not that much other tech happening on the side of Backho. And we can see how this SCV is being rearranged to try and keep this bunker alive. It was so close to going down, but he doesn't want to have SCVs in the front over here where they can easily be picked off. We have a lot of goons on the field right now. Siege mode is 3/4 of the way done. The first tank is almost done, but I'm surprised we're not seeing those SCVs getting one-shotted right now. We have 6 goons. There we go. One SCV is going to go down. Other SCV will fall. These other guys are very vulnerable. Even this Zealot's getting some nice shots off. These goons are not taking that much damage. Only one guy's in the yellow, and he needs to be pulled back. He's about to die. Oh, just in time. Pushing back. Now go ahead and continue moving in. Looks like the bunker's not being targeted down to take those guys out, but look at the damage on those SCVs. A lot of them get taken out. Only 1 goon is now fallen, but that's what, 3, 5, 7, 8 SCV kills? Maybe a Marine or 2, plus that Zealot did a lot of damage. Really nicely done, but now with the siege mode being revealed and that tank being so far back, we are seeing the retreat from Backho is going to move into a contained position, most likely, as opposed to trying to be aggressive. But you can see how late his Nexus is. He needed those SCV kills in order to keep him into this game economically. He does have a nice saturation of probes so far. He's getting out his observatory. Robotech is out. We'll see if he's going to throw down any kind of Robo Bay or something, but without the shuttle producing, I doubt it. Still, it's going to be pretty solid for him right now. 2 tanks are out. We even have a missile turret here ready for some killing of observers, that kind of thing. Let's see. We're going to have a 3rd base going down soon also for Backho. He only needs probably 1 or 2. Looks like 2 more pylons to finish out this wall, and then the next will be able to go down. He can be tight against vultures, but as far as the tech goes, the vulture tech is really getting kicked into gear right now, as multiple vultures are being produced at the same time as speed as well as mines. Which is very cool to see, as right now I have a lot of goons on the field. We're going to wait to see when the production is going to switch over to Zealots, but without the Twilight Council, or not, Citadel of Dune. Oh god, I'm going for Brood. Since I feel so weird, I'm going for StarCraft 2 terms for Brood War. It's so backwards. But without the Citadel of Dune, we can't really get leg speed. That's what you need for those Zealots in order to have them be effective against the large forces of the Terran. Right now, we do see that Backho is doing a good job of keeping up his macro, though. He's 64, while we have 52 food out for Hiya. I wish I knew more about the players themselves. This is where I'm feeling lacking in terms of like the casting flow. It's like I should have more pointed things to say about each of the players, but god, I am newbie. I am a newbie. Alright, so now there is the observer making its way across the map. We do see that some of the units have been pushing forward, but it's basically just mines and vultures that are on the field. We do see the observer get taken out by the turret. Unfortunately for Backho, he doesn't really get anywhere inside the main base. The turrets here are really designed to kill off observers. But we do have, there's the vulture run by going straight through here, and now attacking this 3rd. We can see the Nexus is almost completely down on its shields. We have a couple Dragoons here killing off the mines before going after the vultures, but there we have this mine up. Nice to get targeted down now before it kills off the Dragoon, but it takes out the vultures too. I say tanks too much. We're going to move forward. This vulture will go down. There we go. Back talking about the turrets. The turrets are something I should know about. They're basically to kill off the observers, and later on you can add in more, defend against recalls, and handle everything fairly well in terms of like the late game Protoss. If you can be locked in tight for recalls, it makes it very hard for Protoss to really be able to attack you unless they can try to do something weird and have like a huge macro lead or something. But as far as 200 versus 200 goes, recalls are important for damaging the tech and the production of any Terran. So we'll still have a lot of goons just being made. Where is this? There's a Citadel. I don't think we have Zealot Lake Speed yet because we don't have a single Zealot on the field, really. It is pure Dragoon. There we have the full wall off. I'm surprised there hasn't been a single cannon that's been made to try and just help against those vultures. But this base is now going down on the mid left, so threat of 3 bases versus 3 bases. However, the third is sooner for Backho than it is for Hiya, which obviously is good for Backho. But now we're going to see this observer sneak its way through the 2 turrets successfully. Barely. No! Oh my god, it was so close. So close. We already have the armory in the academy. We're going to be able to see scans go down fairly soon, as well as upgrades. For those very nice, skillful, powerful mech units. I mean, already tanks are doing 70 damage, and that's ridiculous. They'll be able to get to 70 plus 5, then plus 10, then plus 15 once they get down those numbers. Right now we do have all these Dragoons pushing forward. Citadel is there, just starting the legs. I feel like a good observer. Another gateway is being added as well. So right now we're seeing pure gateway units and observers out for Backho. He's basically going for the pure macro style. He's not working on getting crazy amounts of tech. He's going for those units. He's not doing something weird like a really fast DT rush into fast Arbiter rush. It's just straight up see the Temple Archives and Stargates. We are going to be seeing Arbiters soon, but he's making sure that he has his economy, his infrastructure down before he makes that switch into going into those Arbiters for the large-scale PvT. He's got to be careful with these observers. These turrets are doing so much damage. Of course, you can't look at their kill counts. You can't see how many observers they've really killed, but the observers that are out are so low on health, it's ridiculous. He honestly may want to actually invest in going for observer speed to try and keep them alive and get that scout information, but now we're seeing a huge influx of gateways in production between the Stargate, the Arbiter, the Tribunal. Arbiter Tribunals will probably throw down fairly soon. I'm going to guess in this spot to be as interesting as I can, and we'll see if that's going to be the case. And now we're going to have all these Dragoons pushing forward straight into 2 mines. Straight into 2 mines. Okay, now no longer as the observers there, but now we have these 2 vultures moving down here. They will be able to see that this bottom right base is being taken. They'll be able to kill off that probe too. That's always a nice kill. But these Dragoons are not going to be used to save down there. We're not seeing any pushing out from Hiya. He really doesn't have that much of a vulture count. He's really emphasizing the tanks. He's getting out 2 tanks, and he only has 2 factories that are getting out vultures. So he's really emphasizing tank count. If he can keep them high, though, it's going to be incredibly difficult for Backho to really be able to push in against that. But where's the Arbiter Tribunal? It's over there, so I was wrong in the placement. I don't think it's a big deal at all, though, that I'm wrong. It's kind of to be expected, but we have a nice influx of those zealots. Well, the Forge. Forge is getting out the +1 weapons, and that is it. As far as that armory goes, it's getting the +1 attack, I believe. Yes, it's a +1 attack. And they're playing passively. Kind of hard to cast Brood War when I can't really say that many fine-tuning things about what each players are doing when they're not doing anything. I haven't played in a long time, which forces me to say this, which makes me seem like a worse caster, so I can critique myself and what you guys are thinking, as opposed to saying the players are thinking A, B, and C. However, I can tell you right now, the Protoss is probably trying to wait for Max and Arbiter tech. That's the smartest thing I can say at the moment. Wow, right now, Hiya is just sitting here at 111 food, getting out a really nice defensive turtley position. A lot of supply depots to block those zealots from getting in there against those tanks. We have a missile turret here for killing off observers, as well as for killing off shuttles, as well as for detecting the invisible units from the Arbiters. That Arbiter is now out. We have Stasis being researched right now, and we're going to see a bunch of death to vultures. They do kill off a couple probes, but still, a couple do still survive. 2 Dragoons at the top to defend against those vultures. Cannon as well, another cannon for run-bys, so I like the position that both players are putting themselves in. We see right now that Hiya is just turtling on these 3 bases, playing very solidly. Look at his spread of tanks, making it very hard to get a nice stasis on multiple tanks. He might be able to get barely 3 if he places it perfectly in between those guys. But here's just 2. Here maybe 3. Here 2. I highly doubt you can get both of those 2. There's a good little clump, but they're going to be moving around. So we now hit max. We have hit max. We have, I think that's still just the first Arbor that's going down there, but I don't know where it's moving in. With the +1 attack, and then we have High Templar is there. Storm, it's halfway done. But moving around here, a lot of vultures are moving across the map. They're trying to be some aggressive some more, but the position that Backho's in, it's going to be very hard for Hiya to do that much damage, to be honest. 1 cannon and a couple Dragoons, they're going to be pushing in. They're going to be forced to retreat immediately. A couple do go down. Now we're going to see some more Dragoons coming in. Nice play with the Dragoons, going to be able to take out those vultures, and Hiya has not been able to do any real economic damage. He's down 140 food versus the max army of Backho, and he may be going in to try and take down as much of the army of Hiya that he can, and then just remax because he has a lot of production capability and stockpiled resources. He's getting out another Arbiter. Where's his first one? I don't even know. It's somewhere on the map. There's the Arbiter. It does not have enough for a stasis yet, however, he will be able to soon. And there's a nice clump to go ahead and stasis. So you can glance it right there, you'll be able to get probably those 4 guys. So just click on that guy and I'll be able to get it. That'll be pretty important. As of right now, we have this vulture getting taken down. Basically, a scouting vulture. This guy here is also there, basically there to stop any progress getting exposed. Now we have more vultures getting taken down, but they really have not done any real damage. I can't stress that enough, considering how little has actually been able to be accomplished by them. Hiya has been turtling, but he hasn't been using the vultures to that much extent. But now we're going to see him trying to do that, as a lot of these cannons are not done yet. But he's going to scan the front. He may just go ahead and try and attack, but he's going to go ahead and retreat and lose a lot of stuff instead. Does land a few mine shots on things, but still it's not going to exactly stop. Backho is just being able to produce more. Where is he producing? There we go. There's the production, as I saw his food count went up slightly. But these vultures are completely sandwiched now. They're going to die. Luckily, the tank count has not been damaged, and that's really all that Hiya has. He's zero. Wow, he has a lot of tanks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 23, probably 24. He's got a couple dozen tanks. That's... oh my god, that's... insane. The amount of damage output that is ridiculous. Still, Backho has got 3k, 1k. And that's a lot of money there. Observers are sitting on top of all those vultures. But there's no 4th base. So we're getting fairly far into this game now, with both players just approaching max and getting into their race's optimal position to be at the max food. As far as production goes, we have... oh, recall! Recall, recall, recall! Moving down here, moving across here in the top left, as these guys are pushing forward, doing a lot of damage. As far as it's being pulled back, look at all those tanks are being pulled back. But the damage that's being done is quite nice. A few vultures are landing on some good shot mines down there, but we do have a few Goliaths down there. The +1 attack is down. However, the armories are still alive. They're back there, kind of walling tight, but we're going to see as the science vessel production is going to be very tight. And side storms on those tanks. Nice storms. Very nice storms. Backho is making the most of this drop as he possibly can. We can see another storm. Yes, he does land another one, killing off 2 more tanks. This is a nice recall. Very nice recall as he's be pushing in again up here and doing so much damage. But wow, this is really good use of recall against a really powerful turtling Terran. Look at the entirety of those forces that we were on siege. And now we see Dragoons trying to clear off some of his mines, but they're in a very good spot to defensive position, considering that the tanks are there ready to hit anything that's slightly in range. But this shuttle managed to actually save a High Templar. He saved a High Templar. It's going to continue moving in. As of right now, though, we're seeing that max once again versus 170 food. Still, 2-1 upgrades are now out for this mech army, while the +1 attack only is down for Okay, we're back to double fortune now. So we're going to be a 2-1 in a second. But they're going to see an attack. Tanks are unsieged. And then they're going to get a few shots off on that one zealot, but not actually kill it. So the siege tanks are going to unsiege. My throat's starting to hurt. Alright, so now another recall is going to be coming in right here. As you can see, there's snow. There we go. A nice recall. A lot of units actually being called in. The problem is, this attack is happening. And that could be bad or good, depends. But we do see that we have a very spread out Backho in the face of this army. He's got units in here as well. He's going to do a lot of damage. If he can kill the production, even if he loses this top right, he still has a lot more ability to really produce. But there's an EMP taking out all those shields from those units. There's still Psystorm. Nice Psystorm gets a lot of clumped up units. Oh, this is like Jangbi. If you can be like Jangbi and get those storms off, that'll be big. But he is Backho. Not Jangbi. He doesn't have enough storms. This Templar does not have nearly enough. But you can see that this recall is still continuing to do more damage. But this is a dangerous amount of tanks that Hiya has. He's continuing to push in. And he's probably going to take down his natural expansion. But surprisingly, still has a lot of resources there. The main has got a few patches there, but the 2-1 is now done. These guys are still managing to deal more damage. The armories, though, are still alive. Those would be nice to take out. We see these guys pushing forward, going to deal damage, but there is a tank down here. That's going to get taken out fairly quickly. Both those tanks. This natural is now down, as we're seeing units also back here trying to take out any kind of reinforcements, it seems. There are vultures on the field, and we see transfer of probes down here. This base, there are enough cannons here to stop vultures from really trying to deal damage down there, but we see that Hiya is got a very strong army. He's pushing down at the bottom of the map. He's going to deal with the fact, though, that Backho is still maxed. He's got a lot of production down here. Looks like he's also got a lot of units queued up, too, so he's going to be able to produce for a while. He's got more money than it really seems at the moment, but this is a large army, and now we see Zealots pushing in. Storm does land. Nice Storm on a lot of those tanks, putting them, a bunch of them into the red, and those Zealots are going to push in and deal a lot of damage, but there are not that many sieged up tanks. Still, the damage is being done by Hiya. Food count is now 174. It's evening a lot. Hiya is just not losing that many units. We're seeing vultures being picked off over here. Units, they got recalled, did get cleaned up. And honestly, it's starting to look like Hiya may go ahead and start winning this, as Backho doesn't have that much. He only has this one small range. He doesn't have a very good spot to push out against these tanks. It's kind of ouch at the moment. But all his Dragoons are pushing forward. They don't have that much. They're just 2-1. Now they're going to try and push forward, but there are a lot of those tanks on here. You see one stasis landing. That'll be key in taking out those units. Excuse me, as right now the Dragoons are great. You're great against vultures, they're great against Goliaths, but the tank count is hugely massive for Hiya, and that's the worry. Now we're going to see these tanks be able to siege up and take out just about everything in this middle line. We do see the pros retreating, but this Nexus is getting targeted down. It's looking bad for Backho, as right now Hiya is getting scattered by a lot of observers. It's about one of the only things that's really evident, that there are observers on this map. As for everything else, the mining is still happening by both players on fairly... Wow, he's still on 3 bases only. I'm kind of shocked there hasn't been a single expansion past 3 bases, considering how long this game's been going on for Hiya. He's just staying with Magic's Natural and his 3rd. I guess it's working for him, as he's doing a lot of damage. But still, the mining is what's keeping Backho in this game, as he's been able to produce a lot. He has 4 mining bases, sort of 4.5, you include the main, still mining the gas geyser. It is depleted, though. He's got a lot of probes tied up on that, trying to keep them alive. You could actually re-expand to his natural if you wanted to. It still has enough minerals to make it technically worthwhile. But the probes are being made. But this has now been shut down in mining, so we're seeing more along the lines of 2.5, 3 bases of income. But there we see Zealot bombs going down, getting a lot of mines to explode, a lot of siege tank splash going down as well. However, this is a really tough position to crack. There just aren't enough tossed units. We're seeing the flank from these Dragoons in the top moving down, taking down some of those units, but there's a nice stasis on a few of those tanks. But right now, you can see that right now Backho's really fighting an uphill battle. He's doing a good job of pushing in, trying to create a better position. He's going to get a nice flank here. Should be able to target down these tanks and pushing in, but at the moment it's looking rough. We have more units coming down here, reinforcing, but with that stasis, it might be the key moving on here. There's only 2 tanks here still attacking. One of them is close to dying, but now we have more tanks pushing in. Only goons are now left. There are no zealots here. So these mines, these vultures are really doing a great job. Continue to push forward and force these guys back as those units are going to come out of stasis soon, and that is going to be bad news bears. Still, Backho's holding on quite well. 140 food to 105, but he's probably got a lot more worker supply being caught up than catching up to supply in terms of the fact that right now Hiya has his 4th base, but he hasn't taken it. Wow, wow, wow. Aha, there is the storm when it hit a lot of those units. That's a really key storm. We see pro-resistance mining over there. Still moving around. These tanks are so key. There's been so much attacking going on. It's really cool. Like, I'm kind of just happy with watching all this. I also have no idea how it's going to turn out. You can see that Hiya still isn't taking his 4th base, but his natural is now mined out. He's on 1 base of income essentially right now, and you can see how aggressive he's being. He really wants to kill Backho now, but Backho is actually getting way up there in the food count in comparison. We can see Hiya's been slowly going down, and Backho's now been staying above 140 pretty much this entire game. Goliaths are now out, but do we have any more? You do have an Arbiter's continue to be made, but I don't see, for the fun of it, I doubt a character transition would happen, considering there's probably not strong enough economy for this, and there's too much pressure happening. That'd probably be suicide to invest in that, but that's still something I want to take a look at, because carriers are awesome, and I miss them in SE2. Alright, so a lot of units are now down. I smell cake being made in the kitchen downstairs. Oh, it smells good. It's quite distracting as I kind of want to eat some more food. But that's neither here nor there. We have a lot of units being brought down here. It's actually going to lead to a really good sandwich. As we're all going to see pushing down here, we've got units coming down from the top. Still a nice amount of those mines are down there, just taking some shots off, but now they're going to see moving in. The Dragoons are down here. They're hitting the vultures and not the tanks. This tank is still alive. One more shot. There we go. Now it goes down. We might be seeing, oh my god. We're seeing Backho at 165 food. We have 2 tanks down here, 88 food, but they did manage to take down this base. Still, probes did manage to hide down there. We're having this base being taken as well as this bottom right base. So, I want to see that. Okay, they were actually new command centers. They're not like they were floated down from the main or the natural. Now we're going to see the death of that tank. That's pretty big. But now, Hiya's also going to have an additional 2 bases of income really quickly, and he can spend that money. He only has 6 factories though. He's been making really good cost-effective use of his units, forcing Backho to basically engage many times, losing a lot of units, because we can see that Hiya's been entrenched, sieged up in great spots for a lot of this game. So now these vultures are moving in. They're taking kill shots even from zealots actually. But once there's the observer gonna be able to take out all of those mines, which is nice. But right now we are seeing a little bit more passivity come out. With these 2 bases now being taken by Hiya, he may just pull back, turtle a little more, wait for the income to kick in, and then push out once again once he hits max. Right now he's under 100 food. He's in double digits in terms of the food, while they have triple digits, mid to high triple digits actually from Backho, and he's doing some damage. He's taking down SCVs right now, which is actually a pretty big deal, considering how little the economy's been up there. Will he be able to snipe that science vessel? No, he will not. He will, however, take no shots from that tank. Alright, so now command center is taking shots. So we have these vultures gonna move around, probably gonna jot down some mines. They do. That's gonna shut this down, but that base got taken out. These SCVs wanted to repair. That's not gonna be happening anytime soon. The science vessel got sniped. Very nice. We have Dragoons here waiting to also take down enemies that are coming down here, but this command center is going to get taken down. It seems you see that there are no more SCVs coming down. There we have 3 more SCVs. It's gonna be really tough. We're gonna see that those zealots are gonna go ahead and take down that tank. We have 3 more going down. It looks like this base should be saved. The +3 attack is done though for those goons. We are watching +3 attack also is done for Hiya. He is not getting his +3 armor though. Forges are spinning, getting up the next armor upgrade and the shield upgrade as well. So we are seeing the defensive upgrades starting to kick in for for Backho soon, but he's not mining from his base yet. Oh, as I say that, he's actually transferring a bunch of those probes. I hear a scan somewhere. Oh. A lot of army back there waiting to get brought in. We do see another arbiter is being made. I wish I knew where the rally point for that was. Oh, recall! Recall where? Recall down here. Ooh, interesting. Recall. We're going to see him pushing in, going to kill off a lot of those SCVs. The units are completely out of position. We're going to see Hiya go for a counterattack, it seems. He's going to just basically go base for base and try and take down this guy in the bottom right there. But we should be seeing this commander actually survive, though, so it's not going to be base for base. That's unfortunate for Backho. He could lose this. We see those cannons have now fallen. We can see the vultures running up now. We're going to see now moving in from the top left. We got all of these, bottom left, all these zelts going to go ahead and push in. Going to encounter a bunch of mines, though. That's a little bit counter to trying to win. But we almost saw 6 mines get taken care of, but this base is going down. We've got a lot of tanks here in a good spot. You've got Backho here officially at 200-200. He's got this Templar here with enough for a storm. About to have a second storm available as well, but they gotta be careful. These mines are an alert high to the fact that he's about to be flanked, and he could pull these guys back to the high ground and just basically push down into here if he really wants to. Unclear yet if that's gonna be his choice, though. Still, this base is now being taken by Backho in the top middle. Trying this gate is coming back up over there, but we got mines taken out by Zells. We're gonna see him pushing forward. They're gonna go ahead and attack it, but not at the tanks. So there we see there's a nice storm hitting through those tanks. A couple more shots from enemy units down there will be enough to take those out. There we see that tank go down. We're gonna see the sniping of that High Templar from these tanks in the back. It's gonna be really, really key. But this tank will fall, and then these guys will pull and retreat. He's handling this actually quite well. He's going to continue to go around and attack. We've got a lot of zealots are getting caught up down here. We could see another recall. Oh, GG. Well, that's GG. So Hiya got taken out. That was kind of a surprising GG, I guess. Looking at that, his army wasn't exactly in the best shape possible. His economy kind of shut down in the bottom left. I doubt he was mining anything. He was going to go some max Protoss, so that does make sense. But that caught me completely off guard. Hooray for Brood War noobiness. Still, hope you guys enjoyed that. I enjoyed that immensely. It was a very, very cool play. So guys, just thank you very much for watching and hope you enjoyed. Please critique me, by the way. Please critique me, by the way, because that was a long game, and it's a great one to critique, so please do.